Shop Talk with Nefty Blocks. This is maybe our third or our fourth one. Every time that we have Juan on, it blows us away. It's great. We always learn something new, and it just so happened that yesterday I was surfing the Twitter for the blockchain waxy stuff, and I came across a little tweet that pointed out to whitelist that you guys are doing, and then I was like, oh, I haven't really read through your thread for a while. There's a lot of new things going on with Nefty. You guys are doing regular Twitter spaces now. You're having guests come on to talk about the show. You've got this new whitelisting action. Well, I'm really excited to have you here and get to, get all the goods from you, because Corey has a way of bringing those out. But before that, we just have to do this because it's Tuesday.
Welcome to Tech Talk on a Tuesday, where Corey and Jimmy talk to smart people about tech that is way above their head, but intensely informative, super fun. Sooner or later, somebody's going to make an inappropriate joke. We're definitely going to give away a bunch of NFTs. And quite frankly, we're just going to learn a whole ton. If you have any ideas about who we should have on Tech Talk on a Tuesday, please let us know by adding us in the comments or just finding us. Just stalk us down. It's fine. Just talk to us. Tech Talk on a Tuesday.
Just stalk us down. Juan, welcome back. I'm excited because, you guys have been kind of quiet for a month or so, but there's a lot of new updates that's coming out. So why don't you start? Tell us what your favorite thing about what you guys are doing right now is.
Wow. Well, first, hello everybody. I'm very glad to be here, and lots of things have been going on at NeftyBlocks, and it's difficult to know what am I more excited about. So many things. I don't know. It's been a while since we chatted for the last time. I think the last thing we talked about was the creator tools,
Yep.
And after that, there has been a lot going on. So let me first get to the marketplace. So I don't know if you guys have checked out the new NeftyBlocks marketplace and all the website redesign.
Let's go there now.
Yeah, it even looks like a decent marketplace, like a 20th century application and no longer an 80s web. So
yeah, you guys. I think you guys completed that about 3 weeks ago or something. It went live. I remember popping in there, and it's quite nice.
It is.
Yes, indeed. So we released the new marketplace, and it has some cool features. I have to say, we have, for example, there you can see upcoming drops. So this is very nice because you can directly see which are the next drops that will happen on a.
Oh, with timers and everything.
Yes, with timer
That's
and
tight.
everything, and it's very cool, and it's good that we get to see it today because up till yesterday, we had some abusers that were really dropping a lot of drops and just recycling all drops just to appear here on the first page. We had to block them, and now we have something that is blocking that kind of behavior. But it's very nice. We have a very decent.
Maybe you can just get people to pay like $50 or something to get on it, just to completely drop it out.
Well, and that was one of my only problems that I had with Nefty, because I did this. I went to support somebody that was on the channel, and I thought this is pretty cool. And I went into their page, and I was like, oh wow, like all of these drops that are listed, like there's a bunch of cool NFTs. I'm like, it's number 1 or number 2. So I picked them all up, and then I looked at my wallet, and it was like mid 14, mid 15, and I'm like, that's weird. What happened? And I went back to them. And they're like, oh yeah, so we we just like re-release them so that they appear on the top of the page sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that's really problematic.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't know that, right? Like, so does this fix that then? People aren't able to do that?
Because now I just realized that there's someone there just with a ton of drops, and that's not the purpose of this. So we have to
you
do
should
something more.
Make us pay something for it.
Yeah, maybe if it's a little bit, but yeah, if people should pay something. Maybe you're right. We will think about that.
Yeah, I mean that's the best spam solution ever.
Filter,
just to make it cost something.
Yeah, and then you also have there the marketplace. If you can see, that's way nicer than what we had in the past, with decent filters, with the find cheapest button, because sometimes you really want to quickly buy the cheapest of some NFT, so it's also very nice to do that.
Right, I like that too, because that new interface is a little bit better than the old one. The old one didn't always show the cheapest first.
It's actually even faster than that's faster than Atomic.
Right.
That's fun.
Yeah, I have to say that I don't know. Although it's not because I don't like it, I really try not to go to Atomic, or as a matter of fact, I try not to go to any other marketplace. Because that helps me realize which kind of features we are missing. So the moment I feel that I need to go to another marketplace, I think, okay, this is something we should tackle with our team. This is something that's missing, and then I go to the development team and we start thinking about how to make that happen.
Beautiful.
Oh, and that is also something that we added recently. That came live a couple of days after the release of the marketplace. And that are the new rewards. So now we have 3 different types of rewards. The first one is to liquidity providers. If you are providing liquidity in the Alcor Nefty pool, then we have 80,000 Nefty per week that are assigned to those rewards, and they can be claimed every hour. So you can click on the claim Nefty every hour to get your Nefty, and then you can decide if you want to stake that Nefty or if you want to provide more liquidity by adding wax and Nefty to the pool.
This is awesome.
Yeah, we also then have the trading rewards. So for all your activity, buying and selling on NeftyBlocks, collectors get rewarded with Nefty. We have 10,000 Nefty per day allocation for these rewards. And these are claimable every 24 hours. And the third kind of rewards are the rewards for staking Nefty. And those ones, well, at the moment, we are sharing 100% of the secondary market fees with the Nefty stakers. So all the fees will get shared as WaxP directly.
That's awesome.
And and that's something that it's changing right now a little bit. We're reducing little by little the share amount. So the first 2 months, it will be 100%. Next 2 months, 75%. Then 2 months after that, 50% of the fees, and 25% forever.
That's awesome. This is really good shit, Juan.
They don't mess around over there. I don't.
Seriously, like this, like Yep.
Yeah.
No, this is really impressive.
Remember in December when like he was so depressed about the state of the site, the way that it looked, and like you and I were probably sitting here thinking, I mean, it could look a little bit better, right?
Yeah,
like,
but it's fine. He's like, no, hold my beer. Yeah, it looks great.
And there's also something we also have. If you go to the collections page, we in the collections now we have 2 tabs. We have the collections. These are sorted by the sales volume over the last 48 hours. But you can also click on the Nefty Royals. And the Nefty Royals are the collections that are staking the most Nefty. So it's also very nice because we have seen in the last days collections competing to get to the top. So they are staking more and more Nefty to move up on the Nefty Royals board. So yeah, that's very nice, and it was completely unexpected. We never thought about that.
This is awesome.
Yeah, and you know, there's one additional aspect in the tokenomics, and is that now the banners that you have on NeftyBlocks, which are by the way now self-service. I don't know if you were aware of that. You can order banners directly from your from the creator page. You can book a banner and pay it directly using Nefty to pay for the banner.
Awesome.
And it's the only way to get it. But also the good part is that all the Nefty that we get from banners, right now it's being locked, but it will be burned. So Nefty becomes a deflationary token. And as the banners get more and more used, there will be less supply of Nefty circulating.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, that's a little bit how the new website is going. We have some upcoming features that will be released this week. We are doing the final tests for the bulk actions, so you will be able to bulk edit your listings. Oh yeah, because by the way, and now we have somewhere where you can see your listings. If you go to your wallet, to the right where you see there the connect wallet. Oh, that's still ugly, but we're fixing that also this week. It will be released with awesome. A nicer style and supporting Wombat and
that's
Splatter.
Cool. I know Adrian will be happy about that.
Yeah, we had that on the previous version of the site, but this one it got difficult. But we are now working on it. But now you can go and see your NFTs. If you click on my NFTs, you see your inventory. You can also check your active listings and what you have sold. So that's also very useful. We didn't have it in the past, and it was very annoying having to go to other marketplaces to check my inventory. So that was not very nice.
Oh, it's sold on here too. I don't think I've sold anything in a long time. Oh, except all my farming tale stuff way back in the day. Before it crashed. Granted, like there's so many people made so much money on that. Congrats to them. But like we're starting to see, real like there's an arc to these play to earn games, right? Like if they get the speculative juice behind them and it starts to crank on that, they're gonna do really, really well. What goes up super fast, how many times have I said this, Jimmy, will come down super fast. Guaranteed every time. That's sort of like we talk about this at Uplift all the time, right? Because we had the honeymoon phase too, right? And it was awesome and whatever. But I think like figuring out and everything that I've just seen from you guys, for Nefty is the kind of things that you're just like building in functionality. You're building in a really, really elegant user experience that just like the kind of thing that will grind out 1, 2, 3, 4% growth every week or something like that. Not like 100 million%, right? Like just like down like 5 years from now, this is going to be going really, really well.
Yeah, this is not a game that has to end tomorrow. It is something that it's slowly, and we have to keep on working and keep on adding value to the ecosystem. But overall, I'm very happy at the moment because when we released the Nefty token in August last year, it was 31st of August. We had a lot of support with the community, and we had a roadmap there that we published. And I'm very happy because from all of those things, basically there are very small things that have not been delivered. But I would say that 99% of what we offered is already there. It has already been delivered. And the Nefty Quest, which is one of the missing things, will start on April 4th. So I'm happy because in that sense, I feel like we have people trusted us. They supported us with our token sale, and we we delivered everything that we promised. It doesn't mean that we're going to disappear tomorrow. No, absolutely not. We will keep on working very hard, but it feels good that that we didn't overpromise. We really,
Right.
I think that really we are living up to the expectations. And if not, I would really love to hear from people and listen to what they have to say, so that we can keep on working hard to meet their expectations.
Yeah, this I'm just like looking at the rewards thing is super smart. Paying very close attention to this. Hey, good morning, everybody. I actually didn't have the comments thing turned on. I had it on the brand thing and I was looking at. I was just staring at Nefty like it was my job. Good morning to Roger and Lisa and Sherry. Yeah, like this is brilliant. All right, so we were talking before a little bit about the and by the way, before we go any further, I want to let everybody know Juan got us at Uplift a booth at Digicon this weekend. I'll be posting about on Discord and Twitter and the like if anybody wants to come and join us. On 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, we're going to be doing an AMA. I'm going to throw up a little link. I think we're going to do it here on this channel, but it's cool, man. Like we're going to be in a hall and like Nefty's there and Zos is there and Stuck at 6 p.m.
All of that, to be honest, happened thanks to Stock at 6 p.m. We've been working a lot with him, and it's awesome to be there with him. I think he's one of the legends of Wax.
For real,
he deserves way more credit than what everybody gives him. He's
cool. Yeah, no, he's been doing a lot of work. I know, like he's, I know Yoshi used some of his stuff for. We've talked to him a bunch. Like he's definitely been. He's like Nick Custers, right? He's been behind the scenes, just crushing
absolutely.
shit.
For
whoever he like, just all over the place, right?
We really should get him on the show, though, too.
I'm already talking to him about it. Yeah, he's got to get a couple things done
and stuff, right? But
we're gonna get him on the show for sure. All right, so that's gonna be fun. There's it's like a VR kind of sort of experience in the browser. Jimmy, should I tell them what Wayne is researching? No, I'm not going to do that. It's too out there, and it might not. And it's like right now, it's like it should work, but like there's I shouldn't even talk about it. But it'd be
take a cue from Juan, and when we're pretty sure that it'll work, then we'll tell them, and then we can deliver on it, and we don't have to worry about
100%. Like this wouldn't even. I don't even feel comfortable saying like we talk about stuff brainstorming. This idea is so huge and fantastic and awesome, but potentially unlikely that I just shouldn't. It's just like a really, really fucking cool idea. So you're welcome for me totally teasing the shit out of everyone. Sorry about that. Juan, tell us about this the gumball machine thing we were talking about off air.
Yes, it's one of the really? I thought we were gonna keep that a secret, but okay, go ahead. Damn it.
Yeah, that's basically it's something that we came up together with Max Life. Max Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
He pointed me to a nice gacha pawn machine, and we said, okay, we should build something like this for Wax. And brainstorming with him, we said, okay, it should work like this, and we have a working version right now. It only has to be deployed. So basically, what that is a vending machine for NFTs that you can install anywhere you want in any website. It's not really tied to NeftyBlocks. This is something that you can use anywhere you want. And basically how it works is that you have this vending machine. You have to fill it with NFTs. They can come from wherever you want. And you fill it with NFTs. And then you place it. It's a web component that anybody can place in any website. And then they are able to buy NFTs on the Wax blockchain from this machine. And you have the option to buy 1, 5, or 10 NFTs. You click, and you get 1, 5, or 10 random NFTs from the machine.
And so if you don't know who Max Life is,
I have so much inventory to get rid of over this past year. Like that's like.
But if you don't know, Max Life is one of the people that is pretty much heading up our NFT line for this show. And so we've got some really cool ideas around that. And he thought this would be really cool because especially for projects who are going to do blendable NFTs, and you can just go there and, you know, if you don't know what the gacha, I can't even say it. Gachapon. And I live in the country that created it. If you don't know what the gachapon machine is, it's one of those machines that you put money in and you turn the little dial and like you get one of like 8 characters or something.
Like something comes out, right?
Yeah. And so I think for NFTs, it's really interesting because like you said, you could do 1, 5 or 10 and you'll get a random, you know, out of 10 NFTs, say. And then those 10 NFTs, you could go to NeftyBlocks and you could blend certain things to get like a higher level rarity or something like that. And it brings this element of like kind of, you know, surprise or slot machines or this type of thing. And you could probably get them for cheaper and you could stockpile them. And there's some really interesting ideas around that. So I'm super excited. Like when he told me about it, he's like, do you think that this could be a thing? And I was like, I don't know. Like, go talk to Juan. If anyone can build it, they can. Right? Like,
yes, you know, and the nice thing is that this is the first version of the gachapon. So we are going to work on more and more features. For example, right now we accept only payments in wax, but we will be adding, for example, different tokens that you are able to use to pay for your NFTs, or awesome. Even come up with an NFT that you can say, okay, I will burn this NFT here and get something random out of the machine and so on. And there are tons of things that we can start
that's
thinking
fun,
about.
Man. Yeah. That's just like gamifying that entire experience. That just like, and we're so early, man. Like, what is this going to look like in a year?
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, if it's embedded in a website, it could be embedded on a certain page in a web game, right? So you're playing this web game, right? Like you port over from this to the main map screen, and there's like a vending machine, and you have tokens from inside the game that you could potentially plug in there. Those tokens are representative of NFTs. You can plug those in there, and you might get like a piece of armor, a card, or something random that pops out. So I think that's a really like interesting idea and way forward for a lot of this stuff. So, what are you grateful for there, Corey?
Exponential progress.
I like it.
Which is what Nefty is showing us can happen. And I like it. And I want some.
I'm always excited. Yeah, I'm always excited to have Juan on because we learn so much. Yeah. Juan, what are you grateful for? Go for it.
Oh, can I be acid grateful?
What's that?
Yeah, I'm grateful, but it's not for something that you would normally be grateful.
Okay. For. Yeah.
I have to say that I'm grateful for Jonah asking us to remove the migrate your listings button. And you might say, Juan is crazy. How is he grateful for Jonah asking him to migrate
I think we're missing the context.
Yeah. I'm super confused. So Jonah asked you to remove a button. What
yes. Let me give you some context. But
yeah.
Guys, don't think that I'm destroying here. I'm really building because this is
amazing.
Because Jonah, we had a migrate your listings button, and we were asked to remove it because we were asking people to move their listings to Nefty Blocks so they could get rewards.
Okay, you had a button that said move your listing here.
Yes, migrate, get your listings to Nefty Blocks, and we were kindly asked to remove it, and we said, okay, let's remove it because that's how it works, and I'm really grateful for that.
Okay.
Because this is pushing me very hard to be more creative and to find more ways to deliver value to the community. And I have to say that this can only make me extremely happy. Now I'm really forced to think outside the box and come up with more creative solutions for the community.
I fucking love you, man. Like the attitude around constraints, because we go through this too, right? Like where there, where we find a constraint, like, Jonah asking you to remove a button or whatever, right? Okay, well, what's the end goal, right? You immediately, and I love this about you, and I hope that everybody, including myself, is more like this all the time. Like, I have moments of this, I want to be better at this all the time. But where you immediately took it is, how is this potentially negative thing in this moment. Like,
Exactly.
what's the actual end goal? Well, the actual end goal is everyone listing stuff on Nefty. So how do we make it so valuable, so noisy, so loud, and the community so fervent that you'd have to be a fucking lunatic not to, list on Nefty instead of Atomic? And you guys will accomplish that.
Yeah, and it's good because it's good to be. Sometimes we get comfortable. We say, "Oh, I can do whatever I want," but no, we have to be humble and we have to realize that we are not the boss around here, and we have to do things. And if we want to earn the trust of the community, if we want to gain more users, we have to really work hard and make that happen because we are delivering lots of value.
Yeah. Well, and you're being a good neighbor as well, which is awesome. All right. Cool. How do I translate this into a second?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, right? But yeah, it's. But you got my point, and that's good. Yeah, now we have to phrase it so that it fits in the tile.
Yeah. I'm gonna add a little note here.
Yeah, I want to kind of second what Corey said, right? Like, I'm the type of person that when I get an idea in my head, I'm like on a freaking hamster wheel, and it just spins around and around and around and around and around until I can figure out a way to jump off the hamster wheel. And I always try to do it in a positive way, but sometimes it's a negative way, and it just occupies my thoughts and turns me into a dark place. Because I'm a pretty forgiving person, but I also like to put people in the same place that I want to be myself, right? And it's this is why I like hanging out with like Corey, and we have conversations where we're not always so stable. And it, like 9 times out of 10, we're good. But sometimes we get into these situations where we, everyone becomes this feedback loop because we're telling them our own tales. And so that feedback loop, even as modest as we try to be, ends up, just filtering back into what we're trying to say. So today, it's interesting because my gratitude today, I'm grateful for Kawi Moda, because I did a live stream with him today, and then I spent about an hour after talking to him about some stuff, and he just, like Corey kind of summed it up. He has a very calming presence, but he's also a very rational person, and he's so quiet and so rational that he'll make you think of the other side. And he's like probably the best friend that a guy could have. So that's pretty amazing. And I, respect that. And it just means in a very real way, like you're like him. I think like you guys always try to find the path through that will enable the most good for what you're trying to build. And you see these roadblocks as things that will empower you to be better. And I think Corey and I do to a certain extent, but sometimes we get stuck. Right. And I'm not speaking for Corey, but I think,
No, but I think you're right. It's very easy to get in the loop, and for me, it's also the first reaction is like and you get in the somebody's against me. The entire world is against me. But no, it's just not like that. We just need to accept the circumstances and move forward. Think, okay, what can I do to overcome this and make it even better? Make things the best possible we can achieve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is just having a crappy life where you're annoyed all the time.
Oh, exactly. That's the alternative, right? And nobody wants that.
No, that's lame. It's super lame. Just that, that's such a powerful example for us. One, I like that. What you're describing now is just, it's been just for me personally, like that. I feel like that when I'm at my absolute best, right? Like no matter what comes in, you can jujitsu into like a legitimate positive where you're adding value and creating things that are fun and useful and effective for the community and for the people that we work with and around or whatever, right? You get into the point where when you face a bunch of those things in a string, I think it starts to develop some really real momentum. And like Nefty is in some freaking momentum right now. And that's because of you guys, right? It's not by chance. It's not like, oh, magic happened. You've been working on this for, a year plus, grinding away at it, iterating, changing the whole thing, and just making it amazing.
Wait there. Because we have not even been working for a year.
Is it really?
NeftyBlocks will turn 1 year the 22nd of March. So it's
this
not
thing,
even
like
1 year now.
Wow. We started right around the same time. The first Tunnel Huddle was on March 26th of last year.
Wow. So Nefty Blocks and Uplift have been together for in the space the whole time. That's an interesting perspective.
We should we should have like a little like party when we both turn one. Like happy birthday, Nefty and Uplift.
Yes, we should definitely do that. Let's make that happen. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
I like and I like finding relevance too, because it's weird. Like, I'm over here in Japan, which is really bizarre because the school year starts in April and the year ends in March, right? Like only in Japan, right? But it's like basically it's like Japanese New Year for Nefty and Uplift, and we're kicking. This is has a lot to do with like Chinese New Year and stuff like that, right? Which is really interesting that you guys have been around, 3-4 days longer than us.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
And really, we've got a couple other things to talk to. I had to step out there, crying things. But we have a couple other things that I didn't think we went through. Maybe I missed it while I stepped away, but I don't think so. Whitelists. There are now whitelists available on Nefty, which I kind of think is a very interesting idea. I kind of want to dive into that. So to prevent bots and things like that, now you guys have the ability for users to be able to whitelist certain other users to collections. Do you want to maybe dive in and explain that?
Yeah, but that's something that has been there for a while, the whitelisting. There has been whitelisting for a long time. There are many types of whitelists. There are the whitelists with a proof of ownership, the whitelists that you create dynamically because someone has certain NFTs.
Did you guys update it, or maybe I just caught the tweet that somebody like pushed out there that retweeted something from like months ago? That's possible too. So
maybe what you're referring to is the whitelists for super blends, because that's not so old.
Maybe that's
super blends can have all the whitelisting features that we had are usable in super blends now. But that only applies to level 3 collections at the moment. It's only enabled for staking level 3 collections, but there they can work with the whitelisting. All the whitelisting features are available there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I do remember reading the level 3 collection thing. So
yeah. And now that I'm talking about super blends and blends, this is something that it's going to happen very, very soon. I think this week. At this moment, you have 2 tabs on NeftyBlocks. You have the blends and the super blends, and that has been unified. So in a couple of days, we will publish a new interface where people will only see blends, and that's it. Everything will be a blend. I think it makes things much more simple for the creator,
right?
The collectors, sorry. So they will go to blends, and everything will be there together. And we have improved a lot on the query speed, and there will be now a couple of filters there that people can apply not to see tons of blends. So that is good. And also for the creators, there are also some improvements. Now they will not have to create 2 different types of blends. It's also, everything is blends, is the same super blend interface, and you will use that, and it's the same contract, and every will go through the super blender. But of course, the simple blends will be free for everybody, and they will be able to keep on using them as always.
Brilliant.
And now that I talk about the super blender, there are some things that we are also improving there. And as we needed them for the Nefty Quest, we are making these improvements, and they will be public in a few weeks. But for example, now you will be able to deliver multiple NFTs as the result of a blend, and you will also be able to to hide some super blends. So you will be able to say, for example, I have 10 blends, but I only want to show 5 right now, so you can hide the rest or whatever. That will also be possible. And we will be able to accept tokens and deliver tokens as the result of a super blend.
Yeah, I like that.
Wait, stop. Repeat that last bit.
Yeah, you will
be able... you just buried the lead hard. Go on.
Yeah, the idea is that you can supply some tokens as an ingredient for a super blend, and then when you receive it as a result, you could also receive tokens.
So could I just switch an NFT for a token?
Yes, for example, that's possible.
So you guys just made like the Kate interface to change Upliftium to Liftium. You guys basically just built that?
Yeah, it could be used like that. The way we think about it is like, okay, you have the NFT that is cash. You go to the Blender and you deposit, and you get tokens that go to your wallet if you're having your online banking, and then you can do the reverse process. You can go again and give your tokens and get an NFT back. Yeah,
everyone,
so
write this shit down. In a year, this kind of thing between like what Stonkers is doing, what Upliftium and Liftium has become. This is going to be a massive cornerstone of everything we're doing inside 12 months. Like I guarantee it. It's really messed up. And it's just value information that we're passing between one and the other. And this is why like part of me, a really microscopically small part of me, almost feels bad for the regulatory bodies that have to look at this, because they're not going to be able to keep up. By the time they understand what we did last year, it'll be 5 years from now. Right? And then just add a year for every year we messing stuff up. And really, like, eventually somebody's going to figure it out. And good, right? Like that, like, I think, there will hopefully come a time when we can have sort of intelligent regulation that can keep up to the pace of innovation. Good luck. I wouldn't want that job. But I mean, this is a really, I don't know, that it feels really, really important, because I think there's going to be a whole. It's another one of the situations where this is going to be a genre. This is going to be a type of thing that, games are going to be able to come in and do. And instead of building it themselves, they could just do it, on Nefty now. Super fucking smart.
Yeah.
Damn,
so that's one. And, there's another thing that we are working on. And it's the contract is ready, and we have a very poor user interface, but we will release it 2 days after the Nefty Quest starts, 2 weeks after the Nefty Quest starts, and that's we have a contract that allows you to exchange an NFT for a redeemable code. So what you will be able to do, for example, you have an NFT that represents a T-shirt. So you come to this contract, you deposit your NFT gets burned, and you receive a code, and you can go with that code to the NeftyBlocks shop and get the T-shirt that is the physical item represented by the NFT.
Now that's really awesome, because Crypto Writer, Meta Collect, what they did over on Ethereum was they were giving out codes to everyone who had an Ethereum Finny. And so you had a code that you could plug in. You would have to pay the gas, but you could have a code that you would plug in, and you would be able to collect that Finny, that new Finny, right? And so it's kind of what you guys are doing kind of flips that to see the other side of it, where people could burn the NFT, get a code, and go and get like real merch, like in a shop. And this could be very empowering for a lot of projects, actually, which is really cool.
Yeah, and the idea is that the shop will be open to all the creators, initially to the ones that are staking Nefty. So if, for example, you want to have a T-shirt or a hoodie or whatever from the Uplift world, we can have it there in the shop, and people redeems the NFT, and that will get shipped to them wherever they are in the world. So I think that's very nice.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are all right. I've got no comment because that's just too huge in my mind, really. I mean, that's yeah, that takes online shopping to a whole other level. And I mean, it's exciting too, because this is going to be a really weird analogy, but like, we started out with records and then we moved to like, 8-tracks and cassettes, but then we came back to, to CDs, which were essentially, laser records. And that's kind of what I see this whole like NFT thing that you guys are building is, right? You can exchange one NFT for another NFT. It's back to the barter system of economics, essentially. I mean, you were talking about the captcha machine. Yeah, I really wish I could say that because like I should be able to because it's my country. But anyway, like we were talking about that, and it's like, well, now you could do it with tokens or you could do it with NFTs. There's so many possibilities with this, and kind of seems like that last point that you hit on earlier, it's the same kind of thing, right? So like you have all of these options, with the ability to change one NFT into another, or one kind of token into another, or an NFT into a token. And they're just these things that are going to hold, representative value. And in my mind, it works really well with capitalism, because when the balance goes out of whack for these two pairs, then it's going to have to come back. And that's a really interesting way to play the game too, right? Corey and I had a conversation not so long ago about what happens if you burn all the commons and there's only 10 commons left, but there's 100, higher level rarities left. Does that flip the script? Do the commons become more rare? Do they become more valuable, right? And of course, I think the obvious answer is yes, in a way, right? And so it's really interesting how I think the free market will play into all of that you're doing, and allow traders and people who are playing the system, who are playing the game, who are creating the NFTs, who are collecting, who are burning, who are upgrading, to see that, right?
Yeah, it's and these kind of exchanges also add some complexity to traders. And when I mean to traders here, I'm not talking about NFT traders, but traders who are trading the tokens on Alcor, for example, because the exchange rate will be one on Alcor, one on the.
You're creating NFT to token arbitrage.
Yes, exactly. So it's it really adds a third element that makes it more interesting and makes it more challenging for bots.
Man,
okay, how am I going to trade this? So
it's frustrating, but also fun. It was so busy, like, obviously getting things squared away for Uplift, and we're doing some interesting new things with Blue Deck. And for the record, one, you just like, I had a long conversation with Vulturables last night about, all sorts of, NFT related things. And you just outlined exactly what we're going to be doing like that. Like, yeah. It was always going to be on Nefty anyway, but like now, like I have to do it on Nefty because you're doing all the parts that we need already. Like, that's like, it's that feels like kismet. It feels like fate, frankly, that, like literally you just built all the shit we need.
I'm
as usual,
so looking forward to ShitcoinConf and to meet you there in real
life.
Holy
shit, we're going to be in the same place.
Yes, because then we'll be able to discuss lots of things.
Oh my God, I just peed myself a little bit. That's embarrassing. Man, that's going to be fun. Jimmy, you want to fly to Florida for a minute?
When is it? April, May?
First week in April.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
First week of April, yes.
I could check it, but I don't. You could see. We could see. I could. Let me play with the idea. No promises. June.
My show's over. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna I just want it to be the first week in April now. Man, that's exciting. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I gotta talk to Ken. Like, hopefully we can get on some panels together.
Yes, that would be awesome.
So you know what? I'm gonna message Ken right now so I don't forget.
And yeah, so for those of you out there in the audience as well, Ken will actually, I'm pretty sure, be joining this channel on Friday. probably at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time to talk about the Shitcoin conference. If you don't know
Oh,
what
cool.
it is, it's basically a conference that I think lasts for 2 days, where people just go and try to take back the space that doesn't belong to only Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's king, but shitcoins kind of roll too. So so a couple questions here. Was there a word on Nefty dungeons?
What is Nefty Dungeons?
I don't know.
Nefty Dungeons. I don't know either.
Okay.
Or was
right.
it the Nefty Quest that you're talking about?
It could be the
yeah.
Nefty Quest, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. The Nefty Quest basically is a trading competition. And this trading competition will start on April 4th. And what we will have initially, it's a leaderboard. And this leaderboard will allow people to go up there, and you will get points for everything that you do on the NeftyBlocks secondary market. So whenever you buy an NFT, you get some points. When you sell an NFT, you get some points. But you get points in 2 different ways. The number of NFTs gives you a certain amount of points, and the price of the NFTs gives you another certain amount of points. So that this way, it's not only because you have more money and you are buying the most expensive NFTs that you will directly be the winner. So you can also be someone who's trading a lot of less expensive NFTs and still get up in the leaderboard. But and that will go on. The Nefty Quest will go on at least for 6 months. Initially, we planned it for 6 months, and yeah, we will have this leaderboard. The leaderboard will reset every week, and additional to the points that you make for your normal activity, we will define a set of NFTs every week that we will announce, and those NFTs will give you directly much more points to help you go up on the Nefty Quest leaderboard. And that's basically the quest. You will have to get these NFTs from collections that are staking Nefty. So all the ones that are in the Nefty Royals plus the level 1 will have some a certain amount of NFTs that we will be saying, okay, now you have to get this NFT, and this set of NFTs, and they will allow you to go up in the leaderboard.
Okay,
but
cool.
And the idea is that the top 3 traders will get rewarded with Nefty, but with a considerable amount. The first place will get the Nefty equivalent to $1,500. Second place $750, and third place $250, and that will be every week. But we don't want to reward only the winners, so everybody will get rewarded, and that's where the Nefty shop comes in place. Where the Nefty shop is this, where you have the blends and you can use NFTs to get merch, to get other NFTs, to get Nefty surprise boxes, and so on. And what we will do is that depending on your amount of points, you will receive a title or a category, and we will drop you a certain amount of NFTs, of Ruby NFTs. And with these rubies, you will be able to go to the NeftyBlocks shop and buy stuff that you want there. There might be NFTs from play to earn games. There might be these Nefty surprise boxes that will deliver you a random amount of Nefty. There might be merch from us or from many other creators. So there will be a lot of things. And in total, we are planning to deliver 100,000 US dollars of rewards during the 6 months, the first 6 months. And if this goes okay, then we will keep on doing it in the future.
That's amazeballs.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a whole new kind of variation on a trading competition. It's pretty cool.
Well, the idea is that this should be, we want now NeftyBlocks to be the trade to earn marketplace. So everybody should be earning as much as possible. So everybody should earn. When they go to NeftyBlocks, they have to earn.
Nice.
I like it a lot.
I'm wondering if Joinity was maybe referring to Wombat Dungeons. I have something about Wombat Dungeons in the back of my head, so maybe that was a confusion there. So
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
If we can go back to Sherry Dawn Knight as well, because we kind of skipped over this. So if you're still here, hopefully we can get this answered. Can
I'm
you
sure I
create whitelisting that shows? Sorry.
Yeah. So if you're doing a drop page, like, does the drops only going to show on Nefty anyway, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Can you create
unless it does, and I'm not getting it, which is possible.
So there was talk back, the last time that we had one on the show about like cross whitelisting between Atomic and Nefty. I'm not sure, maybe if they were kind of referring to that, but I don't think that there's been any progress on that side of things yet, right?
Yeah, but I think that's unless we have an open discussion with the guys from Atomic, it's difficult to make that happen because those are two different contracts. So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, just before I forget, and because I think that I forgot this one, we have an auctions contract in place now, and we don't have a UI yet, but the auctions contract is working.
Chris asked me to ask you about that. So considering the fact that like the UX is something that we're kind of doing on the map, right?
Yeah, yeah, the contract is ready. I will ask Jose to drop that in the chat because yeah, that's important. And I say it because that's also something that will come to NeftyBlocks very soon. Auctions and one cool thing is that we not only built the regular auctions that people are used to right now, but we also have Dutch auctions. So these ones are different in the sense that you start with a high price that starts dropping until someone says, "Okay, this is good enough. I'll buy."
And then people swamp in. Honestly, Jimmy, I wonder if we should do the Dutch auction on when we do the show drop. Is that crazy?
That's kind of fun, right? Yeah.
Right? Then it's just like whatever, what's going to happen will happen.
Yeah, we could definitely do some of that with some of them, especially the ones that we're pondering, auctioning off to charity. And like we're thinking about, doing some support Ukraine NFTs for, what's coming in the next week or so. And there's a lot of projects that are doing that. So I think a Dutch auction would be kind of cool. If it's ready, that'd be really interesting.
Well, the contracts are already in place and we have tested them. It's okay. What we don't have is a user interface at the moment. But if you guys are doing the front end part on your end, then that's okay. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think we're still we wanted to be ready to be doing the odds and ends sale around now. We're still doing the finishing off the contract stuff, and I think it just the timing might end up working out. So let's definitely get in that channel and chat about the possibility because Chris brought it up again. Like if it's possible for us to get the timing right and be another first where we hopefully can be the first using the auctions on Nefty. We love doing that. It's just we love you guys a lot. So that'll be a lot of fun. Cool. All right. Game on.
Cool.
I can't believe I'm going to see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, that's amazing.
What the heck? Like, okay. That's awesome. Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah. And for me, it's amazing because I really want to go there and get to meet you, get to meet Ken in real life, get to meet Crypto Stash and a lot of people who will be there. And I'm also very excited because, to be honest, it's been the last time I went to the US was in 1999. That's how old I am. So it's more than 20 years. So I'm really excited to go to the US again. Now it's the first time I really found a good excuse to do it, and I love that I'm going there. Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta go look at my bank account and maybe plan a plan.
I mean,
cool. Oh. Where's Timmy?
Yeah, he loves doing the dramatic dropout.
No, but actually, seriously, like I might think about it. Like I was kind of waiting for family stuff, but it's potentially possible. I don't have any jobs from April, so maybe I could just come for a week or two.
Cool.
I mean,
be interesting.
Would be interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
Game on. All right, guys. Well, I mean, this is one of my favorite shows we've done in a while. From all the bombs you've been dropping, which is fantastic. But I think the being able to revisit, your gratitude and how like it's. I think there's so much to unpack there, right? Like being grateful for things that are at first glance challenging is always a good idea, right? Like I used to be grateful for my back pain a lot. I don't really have it right now, but like my back pain led me to get healthy, a few years ago or whatever, right? It was like a signal, and it just was amazing to be able to flip it that way. But being grateful for what you talked about, and again, go back and listen to it if you just came in, because I think it's a really important conversation. It just, for everybody who's building or being in this space, you find anything that's challenging whatsoever, how do you revisit your goals, what you want to get out of this entire experience, out of this life, frankly, and how do you move that stuff forward? I mean, it's probably sounds like a simple pivot. Most people are not doing it most of the time. And so thank you for that example. And it's something that I'm going to keep trying to live up to more and more all the time.
It's interesting too that you say that, because I think it probably more people do it in this space than like in the real world. Right?
That's right. And it's like all innovation, I think, comes from that, right? Like constraints lead to innovation. It's like you can go to the Uplifters Tower, our sort of team tower, right, where we throw up gratitude from the team. And at one point, because our buddy Gary works with us, it's been making them like smaller and smaller, like just because we haven't been getting in there enough. So he's just like making the whole thing work, whatever, right? So he finally makes this one that's just all glass, and there's only one sign on there. There was only one spot for a sign, and it was basically like, this is an experiment to see what Corey does. And I said I was grateful for constraints. Anyway, so yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and of course that'll be there forever. Hey, we got to get some billboards up at the Nefty home base too. So every time you come on, we can like go over there and walk around and do some shit. Let's chat about that before you come on next time. That'd be good.
Cool.
Yeah. Even having like an updated feature list up there or something like that. Like that people will just like end up going there constantly.
Yeah,
and yes, that's something we should do. Absolutely.
Right? The QR codes to like quest things or blends or whatever, like that,
And I like, yeah, I mean, a QR code blend tree would be fun. The other thing is, please come back when Nefty Quest starts. And
absolutely.
Let's kick it off like, a day before or something on the show, and walk people through like how to do it. And I mean, that'll be really fun.
It will be very challenging, because maybe Dietrich has to do it, because I will be flying to Shitcoin Conf the day that Nefty Quest starts. But yeah,
well, we're more than happy to host Dietrich, or Corey might be. I might be flying too. No promises, but I mean, now you're in my freaking head. So anyway, tomorrow we'll be back with Bad Gifter and Bullshipples to talk about some really cool, interesting things with Blue DAC and NFTs and more goodness. And that'll be actually an hour later. That'll be at 10 p.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just in case we're not here at our regular 9 o'clock time. But yeah, thank you, Juan, always for joining us, but more for everything that you're putting into the space, because it is really amazing and enlightening. So
100%.
No, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be here with you guys. And I really enjoy being here every time. So thank you for that.
Well, we love having you. All right, man. Let's chop it.
2-finger chop today.
2-finger chop. Well, that's